So I want to break down the rise of Dogecoin and how it went absolutely insane to a $90 billion market cap, printing millionaires in the 2021 cycle. And I want to show you exactly how that happened, and then what we believe in the SPX6900 community is going to be the next Dogecoin of this cycle. And you are early, unlike Doge, which happened 4 years ago. You're a little bit late to that. But with our time machine today, we're going to travel back, starting at April 17th, 2021. Stephen says, you work for 40 years to have $1 million in your retirement account. And not to mention, the $1 million you have after 40 years of work is not what $1 million is worth when you started that work. You literally save $1 million over 40 years, and then houses have 20x in price over that time, and you can't buy anything more than you could have when you started. Not the point of the video, a little bit of a sidetrack. But it annoys me, robbing money from literally everyday hardworking people. SPX6900 fixes that. That's why we're making videos like this. Steven says, meanwhile, somebody put $10,000 into a meme coin just 4 months ago, and now they're a multi-millionaire. He says nothing is real, because I want to show you how absurd it looked for Dogecoin to peak at a $90 billion market cap, especially after it already done these mega peaks down here. They look tiny, but when you take out the real wind up, you can see it looks massive all of a sudden. If we go to market cap, this was about a 5, I believe. Yeah, it's about a $7 billion market cap. People thought it was over back in 2021 before it went absolutely crazy and reached, actually the wick of this candle went to $94 billion. And I want to stay back in 2021, talking about Doge, talking about SHIB, and talking about Floki, because these were the 3 biggest meme coins of the last cycle. And they all of them touched tens of billions of dollars of market cap. And when I was researching this video, because I'm like, how did they do that? What made them attract so much liquidity when back then they're literally just a photo of a dog? And Crypto says, what is your favorite meme coin? Doge, SHIB, or Floki? This is November 28, 2021, just before the House of Cards came all crashing down for a couple of years. But I mean, it came crashing down, but only relatively speaking, because Dogecoin is still the #1 meme coin up there at a $36 billion market cap. Shiba Inu, which if you don't know the origins of Shiba Inu, it might shock you, but they are now still the #2 market cap crypto. Then you've got Pepe, which is a 2022-2023 mid-cycle token. Pudgy Penguins, which is an NFT project that also came recently, 2024, I believe, token. Then you've got Bonk, which is about the same time as Pepe. Trump launched his, and he's got a massive influence, and that's what we do here on the channel. We look at the biggest influence in the world, people like Trump, people like Elon, who I'm going to show you in just a second. But basically, all these tokens you see here are built on the back of the world's biggest influencers. That's the key right here. And honestly, I was shocked when I was making this video, so I'm excited to show you. But you can also see, sitting in here at the 7th biggest meme coin is our beloved SPX6900, just above our Floki token. Remember, Floki used to be the #3 token. There was actually one more, Baby Doge, which I'm going to show you in this video as well, which was also the #3 token at one point in time. But Floki's dropped down to #8 on the leaderboard at just over $1 billion. And so, what was the gasoline on this insane $90 billion economic fire? Well, I want to take you to an incredible man, Elon Musk. I mean, you can describe him in many ways. He's hard to pigeonhole. But how I want to frame him, at least for this video, is the world's biggest influencer. Even if we go to his profile these days, because Twitter now shows how many views his tweets get, he's got 224 million followers, but every single one of his tweets, and these are his recent tweets, he's tweeting out a bunch of grok images, so it's not going to show the point I really want to make, but so many of his tweets, if you go back past the grok things, you can do that in your own time maybe, get tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of views. He's literally got the most attention on him. Maybe Trump might be slightly bigger, maybe not, I'm not exactly sure, but both of those are the world's biggest influencers. And back on April 2nd, 2019, Elon Musk said Dogecoin might be my favorite cryptocurrency. It's pretty cool. He literally pledged his influence behind Dogecoin. Now, and if we find April 2nd, 2019 on this graph, first of all, this is 2019 starting here and ending here. There's really no bump in there. It's kind of crazy because this was the 2017 peak cycle, and it looks like there's not even a bump at any point in time where Elon tweeted that. But if you have a look at this massive spike, trending sideways, and then all of a sudden goes from 0.2 of a cent all the way up to 3.6 of a cent. So it's almost probably about a 60-70% gain just from that one tweet. And it was short-lived because market sentiment was cold at that point in time. This was the crypto winter of 2019. And so even though he has some effect, it's not the same effect that you're about to see in this next tweet, because this was now February 4th, 2021, where Elon Musk tweeted out one reply word to a rocket ship going past the moon. He wrote Doge. And if we find Feb 4th on the graph, and again, we have to get rid of this massive parabola, and basically I think it's in here. So this is Feb 3rd. Feb 4th is right here. So this second leg up, it did kick up and then had a pullback. And then Elon's tweet about Doge, once again, kicked it from 3.6 cents now all the way up to almost 8 cents, which is about 120, 130% return just from one tweet. But again, we've blocked out this massive giga candle right here. What the hell happened to take it? And if we go to market cap, from a $6 billion market cap, we got to zoom back out over here. Here we are over here. This is where he tweeted it. From a $7 billion market cap to a $94 billion market cap. Well, right here, guys, on the 15th, it's not showing because I'm a bit zoomed out, but right here is the 15th of April, 2021. Elon Musk once again tweeted about Doge barking at the moon. But the difference was market sentiment was absolutely hot fire at this point in time. And even if you are the biggest influencer like Elon Musk, if you tweet during a bear market or a down cycle, you're going to have way less of an influence. If the market is already hot, it's like swimming upstream. You're going to absolutely fly, and that is what Dogecoin did. And so it's kind of funny to think that the biggest meme of all time, even though it started back in 2013 as a joke on a Reddit forum, it didn't really blow up. I think it hit a $2 billion market cap here in 2017, but didn't really blow up anywhere close to that $100 billion market cap until a big influencer like Elon got behind it. And then you might be thinking, okay, well, what about Shiba? What about Floki? What influencers were behind Shiba and Floki? Because I know that Elon was pro Doge, but I didn't know which influencer was pushing Shiba and Floki. Well, pretty crazy to think that it was also Elon Musk. Here he's tweeted, "My Shiba Inu will be named Floki." Floki is literally the name of Elon Musk's dog, and the breed of the dog is a Shiba Inu. And based on Elon Musk's reach and attention alone, he literally single-handedly created Shiba to a $35 billion market cap, and Floki, if we zoom out and switch to market cap over here on CoinMarketCap together, and now the historic data isn't here for Floki, but you can see even recently it was at a $2 billion market cap, and this was the number 3 token back in 2021. So I'm guessing it went to tens of billions of dollars based on Elon's dog. And then so you think, okay, well, the world's strongest influencer can create basically the entire meme coin niche and the top 3 tokens. Well, he didn't actually stop there. He actually had DOGECOIN Mars, which was at one point a top 5 meme coin. If we switch to market cap, see if that data's in. Once again, crossing the $1 billion level. DOGECOIN Mars, Elon wants to occupy Mars. Doge, Elon, you get it. It's a derivative coin. And then the other derivative coin that, again, stems from Elon Musk, that was a top 3 token at one point in time, hit a $1 billion market cap, was Baby Doge. All of this, guys, is stemming from Elon Musk. He basically created all the attention on meme coins that we are currently seeing. Now, how does this relate to SPX6900? Well, have a look at this. This is from Dr. Parikh Patel. And he says, on the 31st of October 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto published a white paper on a peer-to-peer electronic cash system called Bitcoin, one of the craziest, most impressive inventions, literally, of the last 1,000 years. It's going to change our financial world. It's going to change almost everything. If you're looking at real world assets, if you're looking at AI and how we're going to find out what's real and what's not, it's going to literally be the foundation. The blockchain is going to be the foundation of reality. And Dr. Patel, on one hand, acknowledges the crazy technological breakthrough of Bitcoin, but then secondly, satirically says 13 years later, 2 dog-themed cryptocurrencies are battling it out to become the biggest meme coin with a market cap of more than $30 billion. This was Shiba Inu, who did a really good job in their marketing campaign and sent 5% of their supply to Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum. He ended up donating that, I think it was $1 billion to India to help their COVID relief fund. But the point I'm making here is it's an ironic juxtaposition between breakthrough technology and a funny photo of a dog. And both of them are taking up mindshare in most mainstream people's heads equally. And that is what SPX6900 is. Sort of like Doge is a middle finger to Bitcoin, like, oh, we don't really care, we missed most of the run-up. I mean, most of the 1,000x, 2,000x returns were from 2013 to 2020. And by the time we get to 2021 and Bitcoin is $60,000, you're like, oh, we missed it. What if we could run it back with a photo of a dog? That is the people's coin. That's what Dogecoin was. SPX6900 is that to traditional finance. It's better than the S&P 500. All these boomers, they're holding 86% of assets. Anyone who was born after 1974 hold something like 10 to 14% of all assets. And the returns on the S&P 500 is about 10% a year when the cost of capital is about 14% every single year. That's how much you're going to be losing. And so people are finding it's really hard to get ahead. And that's why SPX6900 has already done most of the hard work and has got into the top 7 token. And now as Bitcoin continues to fly, as Ethereum continues to fly, as crypto makes its way back into the mindshare of the normal mainstream crowd, where are they going to flock to as soon as they come back? Well, it's going to be a top 10 sort of token. Who has the best mission in here? I'll let you decide. But I believe SPX6900 does, and that's where I'm putting the majority of my portfolio. And as mainstream influencers come back into the space, which tokens do they think are funny? Is it going to be Filecoin? Probably as well. Is it going to be SPX6900? Probably as well. Which mega influencers, like the next wave of Elon's, maybe not to Elon's level, are these influencers going to be promoting? Because that is where the tens of billions are going to flow. And if you don't know, what we do on the channel is we track influencers of all sizes. People like Alex Becker, people like Elliot Wyman, people like Crypto God John. All these people have turned a few $1,000s into millions with crypto, and now they have massive audiences. So when they find a token or buy into a new project, it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy and go absolutely nuclear, because these are the people actually creating the next narrative. So for example, this is the next Dogecoin. That was Floki's narrative. Who was in there first? Well, it was the big influencers who bought a big bag of the token and then started pumping it to their audiences. That's how crypto works. That's honestly how everything works. But it leaves a lot of the mainstream as exit liquidity. And so what we did, we reverse engineered on the blockchain, because it's transparent, all of these influencers' wallets. And we allow you to see when they make new trades. Just imagine if you could track Warren Buffett's stock purchasing, and whenever he made a new trade, you literally just bought in yourself. That is what we're doing, but on a blockchain. And because we have so many of these wallets, hundreds of these wallets across all the influencers, we can build their portfolios and see what allocations they're holding for what token. We also track their social media, because a lot of time they're posting little reply tweets, which will make the token go nuclear once people know they're affiliated, but you will be first to get these notifications if you're in our inner circle. This is what allowed us, for example, to do a 12x in 2 weeks on Pinlink. This is what allowed us to do a 13x in 2 days after Alex Becker bought Cheyenne, a meme coin. And it's also what gives us this X-ray vision into which of his tokens he's most likely to promote, because we know which tokens he holds the largest allocations of. And so we do this, yes, in the crypto world, but also in the mainstream world with people like Elon, with people like Andrew Tate, with people with massive audiences and massive influence, because we know, just like we saw with Dogecoin, this is going to be the biggest indicator of which tokens absolutely skyrocket. So if you want to join our inner circle, we have an amazing community, we have whale trackers, and we have so much to help you move up the news cycle to figure out what the next big token is before it's too late. A link in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.